Again, this is Robert Bard. We are delighted that we have the opportunity to speak briefly with Administrator Guzman, the new administrator for the Small Business Administration. She joins us from California, where she was the director of the California Office of Small Business Advocate. So Administrator Guzman has got a very, very extensive experience working in the small business arena. She's, first of all, she's the daughter of a business owner. So, for children of business owners, you know what that means. You've been in the office all the time, working, doing this, filing papers, writing things, picking up things, making phone calls. So she's already, had plenty of experience on what it's like to run a small business. Of course, today we face a situation where the small business are facing challenges like never before. We are facing challenges that actually can put not only the livelihood of our businesses, but our personal livelihood. Small businesses, our businesses is pretty much our life. It includes everything, and on top of that, for Latinas and for women in general, and not only women, for small business owners that have been sequestered, if you will, at home, you had to become teachers on top of that. So if you thought that math was difficult when you were going to school, math is so much more difficult these days. So all the things that we always say that Latinas can do it all, it's really being put to the test these days. Administrator Guzman was sworn in, I think, on March 17th of this year, as the 27th administrator of the U.S. Small Business Administration. Latina Style has been blessed to have a relationship with us, with the SBA, for the past 27 years. Actually, Latina Style was created at the district offices of the SBA in Washington, D.C., under the supervision of Mr. Willie Gonzalez, that was the administrator for the D.C. region of the SBA. And through the years, the relationships have continued to grow. In 1998, when we decided, in response to all the questions that we were getting at Latina Style magazine, to create a program to inform Latina business owners and entrepreneurs on how to better manage their businesses, we went to the offices of then Aida Alvarez, who was the administrator, and we told her, the Latina business owners need a lot of information, and it's not being provided easily out there. This was 1998. And at this point in time, nobody thought that Latina business owners were such a big deal. It wasn't until the year 2000 that the census numbers came out, and Latina business owners are the fastest growing segment of the small business community. So we are delighted to be able to continue our partnership. By the way, Administrator, this is the 150th conference that we do for the Latina Style Business Series. And in each one of these conferences, the SBA has been represented. So you have at least 150, whether they were regional directors or representatives from the SBA, that have been part of the program. So first of all, welcome to the responsibilities that you have. We wish you the best, and anything that we can do to help, we're ready to accommodate. And without further ado, it is my great, great pleasure to introduce the administrator for the Small Business Administration, Ms. Isabela Casillas Guzman.
Oh, thank you so much, Robert, for that great introduction. And thank you truly for all that you do to continue to honor the legacy of Ana Maria, who was a trailblazing entrepreneur who helped build Latina Style from the ground up to be the most respected publication in the Latina community. I'm really pleased to learn too that the SBA supported the launch of Latina Style. I love that story. Back in 1994, I just can't imagine, how unknown that service offering was, and for you to navigate it. We know that the SBA is here to support the dreams of our entrepreneurs like Ana Maria by connecting them to capital markets, the revenue side of the equation, and network, so that they can launch and grow. And success stories like this really propel my work, our work at the SBA. And it's no surprise to me that SBA has been a part of all of these sessions, because it is really important for us to be there authentically with this community. And Robert, it's really a testament to you that the legacy of Ana Maria through the enterprise of Latina Style endures. And it's just an amazing story. I'm really proud that we continue to partner with you and support you at the SBA and have this relationship to reach our Latina entrepreneurs out there. As someone who was a reader and a fan, it's an honor for me to be here as well, speaking to the Latina Style familia out there. So thank you so much for inviting me. Our nation's Latina entrepreneurs are the foundations of our families, our neighborhoods, and the communities. They're really a strong force in our nation's economy. And I think beyond the fact that Latino-owned businesses are the fastest growing business segment with Latinas leading over the last 10 years, it's grown from 34% compared to just 1% for all others. So you can see the importance that they have in building our small businesses and innovative startups and to creating that economic opportunity. But we know that Latino business owners have been hard hit by the pandemic. And Stanford, of course, with their Latino Entrepreneurship Initiative, has done some great research on this. And an August 2020 survey shows that with those historic barriers to capital, Latino-owned businesses were starting out with fewer resources to weather this pandemic. It was already tough for small businesses as a whole, but extremely difficult for Latino entrepreneurs. And when they requested PPP loans, they were approved at half the rate of white-owned businesses. So these inequities obviously have led to disproportionate impacts. It's estimated that 25% of the Latino-owned businesses closed their doors, either temporarily or permanently over the past year. So addressing these opportunity and capital gaps and limited connections to networks are my priorities as I look to deliver against the Biden-Harris administration's commitments to equity. So I really appreciate the work of Latina Style to better help us on this front. Since I was sworn in as SBA administrator just over 2 months ago, my team has been working really diligently to bring businesses back and create those jobs that small businesses are so great at delivering and build an equitable economy that works for everyone. And I'm really proud to say that our efforts are paying off. We've been rolling out billions of dollars in immediate relief that was allocated to us by the American Rescue Plan for our small businesses. And we are getting those funds into the hands of those who need it the most. With PPP and EIDL, we've now gone beyond $1 trillion in relief. And so far in 2021, we've really emphasized our smaller entities and reaching our underserved businesses. And 95% of PPP loans have gone to small businesses with fewer than 20 employees in 2021. So we've really committed to ensuring that this SBA is a new SBA that is really working hard to deliver to our underserved and smallest entities. We've also successfully launched the $28.6 billion Restaurant Revitalization Fund within just over a month of signing. And within the first 2 weeks, we've delivered $6 billion of it to 38,000 food and beverage businesses owned by women and veterans and socially and economically disadvantaged people, which includes people of color. And that was mandated by Congress to give priority access to those businesses who we knew were disproportionately impacted and unable to access relief. We also set aside $9.5 billion of the total to be given to the smallest of the food businesses, because we've decided to define this very broadly. Food trucks are included, food carts and home kitchen caterers amongst restaurants and bars and breweries. So while we're making progress across these programs I'm so proud of, there is much work to be done. Millions of small businesses continue to struggle during the pandemic, and challenges can persist with navigating the changed marketplace as businesses have to pivot and adapt. And so they rely so much on this relief and the resources as well. So we must be vigilant in supporting our small businesses, especially by continuing the charge that the Biden-Harris administration has led in getting our nation vaccinated. We've already hit over 60% of adults, nearly 60% of adults vaccinated at least once, and the goal is to get to 70% by July 4th to continue to normalize our marketplaces for our small businesses, which need those revenues to survive. The SBA is here to help Latina entrepreneurs, and we have a vast array of resources and services for every small business at every stage, from Main Street to manufacturing to independent contractors and innovative startups. And we're committed to using every resource in our toolbox to help our business owners survive this pandemic and thrive into the future, build resilience in the process. As Robert said, I did grow up in a small business family. I've started my own ventures and I've advised founders as well. And I've dedicated my public service life to helping small businesses specifically. But I understand the grit, the determination, the creativity and ingenuity it takes to be an entrepreneur. And my goal as the voice for America's 30 million small businesses and innovative startups is to make them feel like the giants that they are in our economy by delivering products and services customized for them and meeting them where they are. Businesses are adopting technology at high rates, and we need to be customer centric because the truth is small businesses are our economy. And if we unleash the potential of every Latina entrepreneur or aspiring entrepreneur out there, then we know that our communities and our nation globally will be unstoppable. And so I just want to thank all of the Latina makers out there, the creators, the innovators, as well as the small business owners, the Main Street shop owners, who keep up hope and persevere. Don't let anything get between you and your dream, and lean on us to help you. Just as Ana Maria and Robert did 27 years ago when they leveraged the SBA capital products, founding Latina Style, you too can access our resources. We're here to help. And Latina Style, thank you so much for continuing to pave the way for access to SBA services. So enjoy this wonderful event, and thank you so much for continuing to pursue your dreams to help our economy.
But thank you so much, Administrator.